Texas A&M did not begin to admit women or minorities until 1965, 89 years after the institution was founded. I use the following resources in gathering information for my presentation: tamu.edu/about/facts/history, tsaonline.org/handbook, mcamarines.org, wikipedia.org, doughroller.net/education, tamutimes.tamu.edu/tag/Southeastern Conference, businessofcollegesports.com, vision2020.tamu.edu, and theeagle.com. Hello, my name is Matthew Gazda, and I will be speaking about the history of Texas A&M from the founding to future plans for the university using the following 3 points: the founding of Texas A&M, transformation of Texas A&M from a rural college to a large university, and the current and future status of Texas A&M. Texas A&M was founded under the Morrill Act in 1876. The Morrill Act was passed by the United States Congress on July 2nd of 1862. This act allowed for the donation of public lands to build colleges to further higher education in areas of agricultural and mechanical arts. Texas agreed to build a college under the Morrill Act in November of 1866. However, legislation was not officially passed until April 17, 1871. 2,416 acres were donated by the citizens of Brazos County for the purpose of building this university, and it was decided upon as the location for the college. Instruction began in October of 1876, and went with the enrollment of 106 students and 6 faculty members. Everybody was required to be a member of the Corps of Cadets, and only white males were allowed to attend. When Texas A&M first began instruction, it did not offer any agricultural classes, instead deciding to focus on classical studies, languages, literature, and applied mathematics. However, due to protests by farmers in November of 1879, a mandated curriculum was adopted, which mandated that all students must take classes in agricultural and mechanical arts. There were several changes during the early years influenced by the military roots of Texas A&M. After World War II, Texas A&M started to change from a small rural college to a much more modern university. In true Texas tradition, the men of Texas A&M can stand up to any men in the world and compare favorably their education and training for leadership in the pursuits of peace, and, if it comes to war, leadership in battle. General Omar Bradley. During World War II, Texas A&M had over 20,000 former students serving in the armed forces, with 14,000 serving as officers and 29 serving as generals. This number of officers accounted for more officers serving in the armed forces than both military academies combined during World War II. On August 23rd of 1963, the state legislature passed an act changing the name of Texas A&M from the Agricultural and Mechanical College of Texas to Texas A&M University. Under this new name, the A and the M do not actually stand for agricultural and mechanical, but instead just point back to the roots of where Texas A&M came from. In 1965, there was another drastic change, this one in enrollment. The Board of Directors of Texas A&M decided to allow women and minorities to attend and made participation in the Corps of Cadets optional. By the time Texas A&M celebrated 100 years from its founding, enrollment had risen to over 25,000 students. Texas A&M continued to grow in both size and enrollment. The university has been planning for the future and is now ranked as one of the top universities in the U.S. Texas A&M is the 7th largest university by enrollment, with 48,885 students. The size of the main campus in College Station now totals over 5,200 acres, and Texas A&M was one of the first 4 universities in the U.S. to be recognized as a land grant, sea grant, and space grant university. Texas A&M has been planning for the future and recently made a major move in sports by joining the SEC on July 1st. The projected revenue increase from TV contracts for football alone over the next year is supposed to be $2.5 to $3.4 million. This extra revenue over the next year and continued years in the SEC will allow Texas A&M to continue growth and expansion as it plans for the future. Texas A&M has also adopted a plan known as Vision 2020, which was set up by 250 stakeholders who recognized 12 imperatives that, if applied, would propel Texas A&M into the ranks of the top universities in the U.S. These imperatives range from everything from meet our commitment to Texas to diversify and globalize the Texas A&M community. Texas A&M has also taken another major step towards propelling itself as one of the top universities through the purchase of the Texas Wiseland School of Law, which is pending state approval. State officials decided that all top universities have a law school and thought Texas A&M was on the rank where it also should should have a law school. These are only a few of the steps taken over the past several years by Texas A&M to continue growth and plan for the future. Texas A&M has grown from a small rural college of 106 students to now the 7th largest university by enrollment standards in the U.S., using the three following main points: the founding of Texas A&M, transformation of Texas A&M from a rural college to a large university, the current and future status of Texas A&M. Texas A&M plans to continue expansion and growth as it continues to move to the top ranks of universities in the U.S. Thank you.